everybody, it's Emily, the Crazy Worm Lady. It is the moment of truth. It is time to get a little harvest out of our urban worm bag. You can see there's some like hard water and some condensation that's built up down here. I expect that. That is most likely because I overfed a little bit in the beginning and had those issues with the watermelon and things like that that kind of flooded out the bottom. So over time this will dry out and I can easily clean out this zipper with, you know, a old toothbrush or something like that. And it is my understanding that with the new version of the urban worm bag, there is going to be something in place to protect the zipper so that it's not difficult to work with. So let me get this unzipped and we will see if we can get a little harvest today. Okay guys, so I just got this about halfway open. I don't want to open it all the way just in case too much would fall out on me. But I'm going to pull some of this compost out from here. And see what we have. I'm going to show you a little bit of what's coming out of here. This is actually pulling out a little bit easier than I anticipated. And I'm not having anything fall from the top down to me, so that's good as well. See, there's a little worm peeking out there. This stand is holding up pretty well with me kind of rocking it back and forth here. My arm is getting dirty, but that's okay. So I'm going to do another few swipes through here. And then we will take a look and see what we have. So those are the castings that I've pulled out so far. I'm going to pull this tray out into the other room where I have a little bit more room to sit down and really look through it. But you will see, at least right now, it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of worms in there, which is excellent. So let me get this zippered back up and we will take a look at the castings. Okay guys, so these are the castings that I am left with after getting a harvest out of the urban worm bag. I will say it was difficult to zip back up. And so I'm looking forward to seeing the changes that will be coming. There's a cocoon with the new version of the urban worm bag. However, I did take just a regular old toothbrush and I was able to brush out the zipper area and it closed back up. It just was a little bit more difficult than I would have liked it to have been, but I'm actually really impressed with these castings. I was convinced that they were going to be really, really wet and just like clay. They're definitely moist, maybe a little bit more moist in some areas than others. But my understanding of the continuous flow-throughs is that the more harvests you do, the better the system regulates, and they tend to get better with time. But the first few harvests are kind of known to be subpar. So all considering, I think, you know, for my learning curve, never doing a continuous flow-through before, I couldn't be more pleased. There are a handful of worms, but if you notice, most of these worms that are in here are baby worms. They're juveniles, and so that indicates to me that I probably harvested a little bit too soon because I didn't give these babies a chance to move up to the food layer. But, I mean, these castings are dark. They are somewhat flaky, a little bit moist, but I think these will do great to make like a worm tea for out in the garden. Look at how little that guy is. See that bloodline running down the middle? That's how you know this is a worm and not a pot worm. Sometimes the smaller worms, it's very hard for people to tell. But if it has a bloodline and it has that reddish or pinkish hue, you know that it's a baby worm and not a pot worm. But I mean, these are very small little guys. I have them up close, but they're small. So I think what I'll probably do is let these castings sit for a few days and turn them about and put a little piece of bait of some sort, probably just like a piece of watermelon, try to get some of these babies out of here, and I'll add the babies back to the bin and either add these castings right to the garden or use them to make like a nice tea to put onto the vegetable garden or even onto our grass. There's another cocoon right there. If I can get to it. So, I would say mixed review on this first harvest, but all in all, like I said, because of my learning curve, I think this is relatively successful, and I think with some of these changes coming to the urban worm bag, it's going to have a new zipper protector. I think that will make it much easier to open and close, and I also believe that they're making a little bit sturdier of a stand for it, or doing like blueprints to make your own stand. But if you can't tell, I'm really excited. I keep sifting through these and it's kind of exactly what I feel like it should be. I should see nothing but baby worms. I'm not seeing any adult worms. And the castings should be relatively flaky, and they are. So I'm hoping that with each subsequent harvest, it's going to get better and better from here. But yeah, few small changes to the way I run the system, and I think this is going to be one of my favorite systems by far. It's going to be easy to harvest, easy to handle. And that's absolutely excellent news for me. So next week I think I'm going to do a full review on the urban worm bag with my regular update. I'll kind of talk about all of the positives, some of the things that I think could use improvement, how I am learning to run the system based on how it acts for me. And I just look forward to, you know, more and more harvesting of this system. So drop your comments below, like this video, subscribe if you'd like some more content from me, and I'll be back with you guys real soon for an update.